Hey everyone, you may be asking, where's the show? Well, YouTube does not like us that much. We only post the wacky news stories here, things that are less controversial. If you want all the other topics, and I think you know what I'm talking about, you have to listen to those on other platforms. We still stream live. We stream live on Twitch, Float.app, and DLive. And those are at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Wednesday, and then 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Saturday. As always, you can download the audio-only podcast for free. You can check the description in this video or go to obdmpod.com. The shows march on. We haven't stopped. It's just we have stopped uploading full shows and streaming to YouTube. Thanks, and here's another wacky news segment.
Now for today's news.
Please tell me you have that ISO'd and saved.
What?
The now for today's news.
Oh, yeah, it's right there. I got it. It's part of the news.
Now for today's news.
Part of all my news.
But we need like a real hacking smoker cough right after it.
I'll see if I can put something together. So,
what you got?
All right. I got this a fairly short clip on UFOs. This comes from News 10. Let's see, where is this out of? This is out of WHEC, Rochester, New York. And
Are you worried about UFOs?
We'll play this on screen. Here we go.
Are you worried about UFOs?
One New York senator and she's trying to learn more about them as part of this year's National Defense Act. Kirsten Gillibrand has introduced an amendment to create the Anomaly Surveillance and Resolution Office. Its goal would be to use resources from the intelligence community to learn more about unidentified aerial phenomena. Gillibrand says she wants to learn more about the mysterious objects she studied while serving on the Senate's Armed Services Committee.
Well, good luck. Doesn't bother me.
And that's just a little UFO segment, just a little piece of local news talking about UFOs. And
Do you have the clip of the senator or congressman pushing back against the newly created DoD office we talked about 2 weeks ago?
No, I haven't.
Are you worried about UFOs?
No, I don't have that, but
I love that intro.
Yeah. Are you worried about UFOs?
Are you worried about UFOs?
Oh, yeah.
I kind of was. I mean, I definitely am now.
Covered it, and then they said that Kirsten Gillibrand is going to be in charge of it.
Yeah, I don't trust that.
I dropped that. It's a 1 minute 24. It's short. I dropped that clip in Carrot Job if you want.
Okay. And who is this Yahoo talking?
This is Yahoo Serious, the comedian from Australia. This is Representative Tim Burchett complaining about the DoD taking charge of UFOs.
Timmy!
Well, where's Tim?
He's talking. Hold on.
Last summer's UFO report, Mr. Speaker, from the Director of National Intelligence was bogus. The report raised more questions than answers about unidentified objects in the skies. It stunk of a government cover-up, Mr. Speaker. Now the Pentagon is starting a new office to collect information on these unidentified objects. The office is called the Airborne Object Identification and Management Synchronization Group. I don't know where they came up with that name. I'm sure they paid somebody a lot of money to come up with that. I do not trust this new office, Mr. Speaker. I don't think it'll be transparent with lawmakers or the public about its findings. This is a national security issue. Congress needs to know what is going on so we can respond accordingly. Today, I'm requesting the leaders of this new office bring members of Congress on their bring them in on their UFO findings. This is a matter of great public interest and has been for a very long time to a lot of Americans. Our government should not hide the truth from us for another second. If this new office is to be held accountable, our country will get more reports like the one that came out last summer, or worse, they will be silent and hope we all just forget about the phenomena. We do not need to fear these airborne and unidentified objects. They would have shown themselves to be dangerous a long time ago by now if they were a threat. Our citizens and country can handle the truth, Mr. Speaker. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I yield the remainder of my time.
Okay.
But he's asking for exactly what you said, Mike. Hey, this should be in front of Congress. They should bring together some people from industry and scientists, and Shatner, and they should make all this stuff public. And that's what this guy's saying. He's like, look, the DoD doing this crap means we'll never see anything about it, and what they do report will be garbage. I did like he called out that report from this summer. He goes, yeah, that FBI report this summer, that was bogus. So I don't think we need to be afraid of these things. We need to find out more about them. Why are you covering this up? So, hey, kudos to this guy.
Yeah, Lou Elizondo, the whistleblower who is part of the ATIP program, has come out and said that this new office in the Pentagon to study UFOs and UAP is just a bottleneck of information. It's not meant for any transparency. It's not meant for any sort of public disclosure and transparency. It's there to collect as much information as possible and prevent anything salacious or interesting from getting out. So it's going to be less transparent than what we've seen thus far. And that's it. So if he's skeptical about it, I'm skeptical of Lou. By everything I've heard from him thus far, he seems to be a fairly stand-up guy. I want to believe him. And especially when he talks about this new level of bureaucracy for UFOs, I'm completely on board with him.
Here's the most important question, and I think this will get a lot of attention. Are these aliens vaccinated?
Yes. Well, maybe. We don't know. But there's only one way to find out. We have to find them.
Aliens!
Wasn't that part of X-Files? Some sort of alien virus that came down?
That black goo.
The black goo.
Remember the black goo.
Yeah.
Why's it got to be black?
It's some sort of black goo. Black oil or something like that. That was
as opposed to all the other oil, which isn't black?
The clear white oil. Texas tea. I don't know.
Clear, pure white oil.
Yeah.
Lord.
Oh!
Real quick, while we're on the topic of UFOs, we'll just bring up this little article here. And this comes from Psychology Today. And Psychology Today is talking about UFOs. And this headline here is New Government UFO Report Hints at Surprising Science. A 2021 intelligence report on UFOs describes advanced technology. So now we have Psychology Today talking about UFOs and taking it very seriously. But here are the bullet points here, the key points of this article. A 2021 report by the U.S. intelligence community describes 143 unexplained sightings of aircraft that accelerate astonishingly fast. The report suggests we may need new scientific knowledge to explain the behavior of these aircraft. However, extensions of known science might explain the strange aerial objects, whether that science is exploited by humans or extraterrestrials. For example, existing types of directed energy sources theoretically could be upscaled and rapidly steered to achieve high object accelerations. Those are the key points and takeaways. So mainstream science publications, even more so, are getting on board with UFOs and at least asking questions and finally considering these possibilities. I think it's a little too late. This should have happened a long time ago, and they're playing catch up to the government, and you never want to do that. You got to be ahead of the curve here. And unfortunately, the government is never going to take much of the UFO community who has studied this for almost 70 years at this point seriously. They're going to do their own thing, and then they're just going to selectively dish things out for whatever budgetary needs they need at that time. And they'll say, hey, we have a need for $1 billion for directed energy weapons because of this threat here. We don't know what this threat is, but we need a budget. Give it to us. And then they got a reason, and it's justified, and boom, space tax, more space taxes, boom.
Space tax.
Yeah.
And give them the love.
And give them your money, too. That's what they want.
Give me your money. Well, if nothing else, maybe it's baby steps, but now you've got people going on the floor of Congress and complaining about the UFO office not being transparent, and people are not laughing at them. So
yeah,
in 30 years, we've made a few steps, I guess.
And in another piece of UFO related news and mainstream, you have Northrop Grumman, defense contractor, that on its own blog has this title: Exploring the UAP Report. Is alien invasion imminent? That's what they had. That's their salacious and clickbait headline for their blog states. Because the next line, he says, in a word, no. Let's get that out of the way up front. Aliens are not coming to conquer Earth or capture the population, despite what some alien enthusiasts may claim. Now, he says that first sentence as a statement of fact. We don't know.
Mm-hmm.
We don't know if we've already have been invaded, if we have been subverted over the past 60 to 70 years from the inside out. We have no idea. He's saying this is some sort of fact. Like he knows definitively, like they are not a threat and they have not invaded. We don't know.
And if you look at the, like you said, the clickbait headline, are they coming to get us right now? Is alien invasion imminent? And their response, no. And then most people respond, well, that's just what they'd want you to say. So yeah, I don't know. It seems, what's the point of the article though?
So the point of this article is, not everything has an easy answer. As a recent CNN piece examined the report, noted the UAP data breaks down sightings into 5 broad categories: airborne clutter, natural atmospheric phenomenon, USG or U.S. development programs, foreign systems, and other. It's
USG,
the other
US government.
It's the other that is interesting, as it effectively acknowledges that there are unexplainable observations. While it may eventually be determined that these cases are tied to more familiar operations, they open a door to creative analysis in the meantime. So it winds up here making sense of UFO sightings. The release of the report and serious consideration of possible extraterrestrial interactions are a significant step forward for the government, which has historically been silent on the topic. From the establishment to standardization censored networks to the acknowledgement that there are some things people have seen that simply can't be explained, the report sets the stage for a scientific rather than speculative framework to help humankind discover if humans really are alone out there or if cosmic neighbors are closer than most people realize.
Yeah, and can we borrow a cup of sugar?
Please.
Space sugar.
Space sugar.
Or that's Northrop Grumman writing that.
I do like how they said, no, look, this isn't a big thing. These can all be explained under these 5 categories: normal stuff, normal stuff, normal stuff, normal stuff, and other. Like, well, then you mean things that don't fit under the other categories?
Mm-hmm.
Swamp gas reflected off a weather balloon and Venus and blah, 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 blah.
These guys are just like, we don't know, whatever.
Keep plucking that chicken.
You know what'll help them find out, Mike, if they had a bigger budget.
Exactly. They need more money for research and development. We need new technologies to detect these new technologies.
I need more money to develop new to hire people to research new technologies, to develop these technologies, to see if we can figure out what's going on. And after 5 years, we're going to go back and say, like, we need more money because we still haven't found it yet.
Give us an email at ourbigdumbmouth@gmail.com. Check out obdmpod.com for all the social media and donation links. Be a part of the magic.